Hey, it's Chef Louis Mabel, here with the M-Town Chowdown, and I'm sitting down today with Chef Justin Hughes. He is a very talented pastry chef and has also worked at other venues throughout the city. Chef Justin Hughes is a very young, aspiring chef. I've had my eye on him for a while, and I've heard a lot of good things about him from other chefs and from a lot of friends and a lot of patrons to restaurants in the city. He was brought to my attention by one of my former guests, Emily LaForce, and a good friend of mine, John Johnson. And they told me, they said, you gotta get this guy right here. He said, you're gonna have to see anybody on the show. He said, you gotta get this guy. And luckily, Chef Justin reached out to me. So it seemed like it was perfect. The moment I was getting ready to call you, man, I said, I think I grabbed my phone and I looked and I saw a text from you. So I knew right then that this thing was meant to happen. So Chef Justin, I just want to toast, and we're gonna get ready to chow down. Let's dig into the meat about Chef Justin Hughes. Okay, so first off, Chef, let me ask you, where do you originally reside from? Are you from Memphis?
Yes, I'm from Memphis, Tennessee. Born
Okay.
and raised.
Born and raised, are you? Like, how old are you?
I'm 26 years old.
Okay, so you're a young chef.
Oh, yeah, really.
Awesome. You make me feel kind of old, man. I remember when I was 26. So how long have you been in the culinary industry?
I've been in about going on 8 years now.
8 years now?
Yeah, ever since I was 18 years old.
Okay. And kind of how did you start out? Where did you begin?
Well, I began at interim thanks to my dad. He was working at Gallery's Food, the food distribution company, and he went around to every restaurant in Memphis looking for me a job straight out of high school. And called interim one day and talked to Chef Jackson Kramer.
Okay.
And surprisingly, they needed a dishwasher.
Oh man, I love that. Man, I love it. Keep going. I'm sorry.
Went in, interviewed. He was like, "You have any culinary experience?" I was like, "No, sir." And he was like, "Would you like to learn how to cook?" I was like, "Sure, why not? Might as well." And started me off in a dish pit, and about for 3 months I was washing dishes, and he eventually brought me over and started doing food prep on the side. Saw how fast I was and how organized I was between doing dishes and prepping, getting anything that the sous chefs or line cooks needed done. Came up and asked me one day, "Would you like to start working on garde manger?" And I was like, "Sure, I pretty much know how to prep everything for it already." Right. So he put me on there, and the next week I got a raise and started from there.
And just went from there. Okay. And shout out to Interim Restaurant. You mentioned Jason. Shout out to Jason Dallas. And Interim Restaurant is awesome. I love eating there, and some of the chefs there I've been partnered up with for several times over several years, and it's just a great place. And you start off at a great spot. So let me ask you, what would you say three people who inspired you the most or motivated you the most to really pick this up as a trade and to continue with it and stick with it?
One person I would hate if I don't say his name would be John Johnson.
It's all right.
My brother John, he saw that cooking wasn't my interest, and I actually went to school to become a police officer. And I said, I don't want to learn how to cook. I'm not going to do anything with this in my life. And John was like, "You're good at it. You need to keep going. You need to keep doing it." So I did. We both motivated each other. We both surpassed each other several times.
Yeah.
He watched me move up. He wanted to get there. He moved up. I saw him move up. He just kept on climbing that ladder. And so he's one person. The next person would be Jackson Kramer, because he gave me that chance. He motivated me. He stayed on me. He pushed me. He kicked me out the kitchen a couple times. That motivated me to come back in and prove him wrong.
Yeah.
And the third person would be, her name is Elaine. She worked as, I believe, like the assistant pastry chef at the Peabody Hotel. She taught me pretty much all the pastries that I know how to do now, alongside Comrade Spitzbart.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Conrad's awesome. Shout out to Conrad.
Yeah, shout out to Conrad.
And yeah, shout out to John Johnson too. John Johnson, a good friend of mine, is like a little brother to me. He was my sous chef. He worked as my sous chef for a while. He's a special guy, man. Yeah. And he's very proud of you, man. I'm telling you, most definitely. So now next, let me ask you a question. Do you what do you think is the hardest part of the job of being a chef?
So the hardest part I've seen, like out of most chefs that have that high position, is the hours. Going to work probably from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. It's a hard thing. It's tough on your relationship.
Yeah.
So I've actually kept myself out from getting those high positions because I want to spend time with my family, my friends, my son. So that's one of the hard struggles.
Yeah, that's a very hard struggle. Especially I'm 37 now, and I remember, like I said, I remember when I was a 26-year-old chef, and man, it's definitely hard. I myself had to miss a lot of birthdays. I had to miss a lot of occasions, special occasions,
all those holidays that you miss that you have to work,
and it takes a toll on you. You know, a lot of people I may not understand it in this, in being in this career, in this profession, that it takes a toll on your personal life. The hours and the high stress and work, it really takes a toll. So it's how do you balance that out? Outside of, you said not trying to move up too fast, how do you balance that out?
I just go into work. I do what I have to do. I don't try to. I do stay overtime a bunch. Try my best to get my hours in, but I also come home, do my side business. But the person, there's my wife. She keeps me well balanced and calm. She sees me in the kitchen late nights making orders, making cakes, any desserts any people order. And she sees sometimes my desserts don't work out. I have to start over. I have to peel fondant off a cake. I get very frustrated. I got to redo it. But they always come out, and she's there to.
That's part of the creative process.
Yeah.
So with that being said, so you run a home-based business.
Yes.
And the Wooden Toothpick, correct?
Right.
Yeah, Justin Hughes run a home-based business, the Wooden Toothpick. Y'all remember that? What is that like? So does that help you balance your family life and your career by having a home-based business? And what are some of the challenges of having a home-based business?
So yes, it does help balance my life. It keeps so I'm very, self-motivated to learn things on my own. When I was at Peabody, I didn't learn all the techniques that I know now. Within the year I was there, I go straight to YouTube. Anything I need to learn, I practice it here with people's orders, or sometimes I might make a random cake and do it myself, just practice the skill myself. And sorry, what was the other question?
The challenges.
The challenges. The challenges being a home-based cook, or the space you work in, actually. My kitchen is fairly small, but it's just enough where I can get around and do what I have to do. But yeah, the space is the biggest challenge. Trying to find the right place to put all your utensils, and in a huge $1 million kitchen, you have so many square feet to work. And maybe like my job right now at Chickasaw, I have space that's the size of my house pretty much. Very long area.
Oh man, that's nice.
4 giant tables, I can do anything I need to. Huge mixer and multiple mixing bowls. I work out for one mixing bowl here.
Yeah, it's a big difference between it being in an industrial kitchen versus working it from home. But I like that you mentioned YouTube, because man, YouTube may have saved my life. I had a position where I had to create different desserts. And I wasn't a pastry chef. Now, I've been cooking for you. I make it, bake a pound cake or something. But I had to create different items, dessert items each day. And YouTube, man, may have saved me. I was on YouTube and picking up different tips and stuff like that. And it just shows a lot that if you have the will and you have the initiative to learn and go after and seek knowledge on how to do things, you can do it. And YouTube is a big help for that.
So many people put tutorials out there for a reason.
Yeah.
For us to get up and go learn them on our own. We can't wait to hold nobody's hand out here.
So what is we talked about what's the hardest thing about what you think is the hardest part of being in this career. What's your favorite part of being a chef?
My favorite part of being a chef, you're never hungry. That's one thing. That is one of the favorites. You should never come home hungry if you're a chef. You always have food around you. You always have to taste things, products. Because every day I'm snacking. I'm snacking on tasting each and every dessert. I create to make sure they taste well. To the point I don't have to taste the end product because I know what it tastes like. I know what it all's going to taste like together.
Yeah.
So tasting is pretty much one of my favorite parts.
So you enjoy the food and tasting the experiencing the journey as it goes on, and the flavor and everything as it grows and as you finish your project. So let me ask you one question about the Wooden Toothpick. If people want to, what type of desserts, what type of pastries, or what type of things do you offer?
Well, with the Wooden Toothpick right now, I don't really offer many desserts, but I do mostly do cakes. Anybody can contact me on my Facebook page at Justin Hughes, or they can go to my Instagram and message me, Chef Hot Chances, and
and also you can go to the M-Town Chowdown page or the M-Town Chowdown group page, and I follow Justin I follow Justin's The Wooden Toothpick page, and I also share a lot of his content. So if you go to the M-Town Chowdown page, you'll be able to easily find Chef Justin, or if you just go to the Wooden Toothpick, it's right there on Facebook, and you can find everything. He's got everything, all his cakes and desserts and everything, so you can check him out. You can take a look at it. You can contact him like that to get anything that you want. Also, I want to ask a question about what we got right here. I see we got some.
So this is my little seasoning right here. Mm-hmm. It's a spicy peppercorn blend. It's a mixture of all my favorite blends. Right here you have cayenne pepper, peppercorn, garlic salt, cayenne.
And that's an exclusive Wooden Toothpick item?
Yes, it is.
Man, look at it. Exclusive.
Yes, sir.
So you do the seasonings.
Yes.
And you do cakes and stuff. You do it in candies or chocolates and things like that?
I do it upon request. Like around Valentine's Day, I'm sure we're going to have plenty of requests to do chocolate covered strawberries. Mm-hmm. I don't just make them and put them on the website. I don't have storage for all that right now. But if anybody wants anything, they can just contact me at Justin Hughes on Facebook, go on my direct messages, and just request any desserts you would like that you've seen on my Facebook or my Instagram, and you can just contact me, and I'll be happy to give you a pricing on it.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. And I only have one more question for you, and it shouldn't be a tough one. Especially now with all that's going on with the climate in our country, with the pandemic that's going on, COVID-19, and just all the challenges that our city is facing, our nation is facing. What is it that keeps you motivated to be able to continue to do this? I mean, at this point, it almost seems like our industry is crumbling, and it seems like it's becoming extremely hard to be able to, for people in our industry to earn a living and to just keep it up. Mm-hmm. Tell me something that motivates you, that that kind of keeps you going and to keep you focused and say, I'm gonna stick with this, even though all this other stuff is going on.
So one thing that keeps motivating me, I was actually born not a quitter. I will never quit, and I have family, friends that will back me through this whole COVID situation with my private business. If they see me struggling, oh, they're gonna order desserts, they're gonna order cakes, they're gonna make sure I'm still where I need to be.
Yeah.
And just watching other chefs and restaurants out there, seeing them that they're not quitting, they're not giving up, they're fighting for what they love. I'm doing the same thing as well, and I just can't give up. That's why I'm doing my side business. Keep me busy, keep my skills up, keep everything tight, to where when we finally break out of this, I can have a bigger clientele and all that. So that's we gotta keep going.
All right. Well, awesome, man. It's been a pleasure. And like I tell you, man, you motivate me. You know, seeing you, young man, doing what you're doing and climbing that ladder, it motivates me. It inspires me. And I'll continue to. I want to make sure we continue to stay in touch. I continue to, promote you and other people. You know, I think that's what we need to do in this time. If we can all come together, we'll be stronger together. We uplift and encourage each other. You know, things will be, continue to get better and better.
Man, I'm loving what you're doing, man. You're inspiring me to get to this level of.
Well, thank you, but it's all about you today. But thank you, man. Thank you so much. All right, and so I guess we'll conclude, and we'll see you next time on the M-Town Chowdown.